Okay, so we're actually doing one of these before a pay-per-view again.
Alright.
And we're talking about the greatest Royal Rumble. No, not that one. Not that one.
No. Oh, no,
never that one.
We don't talk about that.
No, we were talking about Royal Rumble 1992, which is considered to be the best Royal Rumble ever.
Well, I don't know if I'd say ever. I can see why some other people might really dig it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
And, the Rumble is always fun, but it's nice to know more of the people now.
Yeah.
But even the whole card was good.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a rundown or just talk sporadically about things?
I think this time we should probably just do sporadic or try to keep things quick.
Yeah.
I will say this is like... I liked all the matches except one. It was the Bushwhackers versus the...
Beverly Brothers.
I didn't really like that one because I just... In general, I think it went on too long, but it took forever to get started because the Bushwhackers kept being weird.
Yeah, they did their old shtick thing.
And then they had... Both teams had the managers that had a gimmick that didn't make any sense. So I was just like... Why is this here?
Yeah, I zoned in and out on that one.
Yeah.
I know the Bushwhackers, I don't know if the Bushwhackers are beloved. It's one of those things where, like, they were good on before they came to WWE, then more comedy, but people like the comedy because they do it well enough.
I mean, yeah, they were entertaining. The ring work itself was fine, but it was like, aside from the Rumble itself, I feel like that was probably the longest match. And just too long in general.
Yeah, even if it wasn't that long, it felt longer.
Yeah, and again, it was just a lot of it. It would just stop so the Bushwhackers could be wacky
do the things and lick people. Remember the days when you just lick people? That was always so successful, right?
Yeah. And again, the thing is just both had like the genius who was dressed in graduation gear or regalia or whatever, and then the other guy who was just like, had the broken glasses and a disheveled suit and blew his nose in a sock and chewed on his tie.
Yeah,
and was randomly eating things. Yeah.
There is one interesting fact. The genius there, Lanny Poffo, Macho Man's brother.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I was just like,
the
whole thing was weird. Everything else, though, was a lot of fun. Some of it hasn't aged well, but, what's to be expected. I can't think of anything specific off the top of my head. It might come up as we talk, but I will say, like, the Rumble itself was a lot of fun, especially, as we've been doing, as I've gotten into wrestling and learned more about old stuff, through osmosis and whatnot, and just watching these, just knowing who more of these people are, it was really cool. And I imagine, and this is sort of the point of the Rumble, but it was like little snippets of dream matches.
Yeah.
Like I loved how just everyone immediately went for Ric Flair. Yeah. But we got to see Roddy Piper versus Ric Flair. We got to see Hulk Hogan we got to see The Undertaker Ric Flair, which is something I never really thought about before.
So I want to say they wrestled when Flair was in WWE later, but like him and Hogan.
Well, I think Flair went for the streak at one point.
Yeah,
but
he did. Speaking of streak in WrestleMania, there was a moment where it was Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels, and knowing what was going to happen to those two in about 15 years time from then, that. Like wow, but the Hogan Flair thing was like that was the tease of it. We never got a full feud between them and WWF.
Because Vince hates money.
Yeah. But when Hogan went to WCW, we got that. But still, it was really good. And people going after Flair because, like...
Yeah, just everybody. Just immediately. One or two exceptions, like Randy Savage went after Jake the Snake because they had a storyline thing going on.
And then eliminated himself. Like, oh, wait, no, you can't eliminate yourself. Yeah. Randy's great, but he's apparently not good at Rumble because there's the one time where he tried to pin Yokozuna and then got, like, body slammed out, body pressed out.
Yeah. But speaking of Roddy Piper versus Ric Flair, I just love at one point Roddy just goes right in the freaking eye, just like something out of a Looney Tune. Flair's just sitting there, and Roddy just smirks and goes boop.
He became the Intercontinental Champion earlier in the night after defeating the Mountie.
Oh yeah,
from Canada.
Yeah, like
all of Canada.
I'm used to modern wrestling. I don't know if this is something they've always done, but with the case of Kevin Owens, it's from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Kevin Owens, and this was from Canada. the Mountie.
Because he's all of Canada at once.
But that was a fun match. Yeah. Roddy Piper has a lot of energy. He's a lot of fun. Even when he's a good guy, he's kind of insane.
Yeah.
But he does it well.
Remember, the Maniac loves you. Yeah. My boys. Oh, my boys. I just love Bobby the Brain Heenan's on commentary. He's just running them down. And he wears a skirt. How dare he? He wears a skirt. But then, of course, in the Rumble, when he inadvertently helped Flair, he's like, I take everything back. It's not a skirt, it's a kilt.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of my first Bobby the Brain Heenan commentary, he was a lot of fun.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was one of those things where it's unfortunate. The first time I heard of him was when he passed away, but... Yeah, he was a lot of fun. He played really well off of Gorilla Monsoon, who today I learned passed away.
Yeah.
I'd seen him in a few other things. Like one time, our buddy Nick came over, was really adamant that I see a specific episode of Raw, and he was Gorilla Monsoon was general manager at the time. So that was the first time I heard of Gorilla back then.
Well, that's a Gorilla position is named after him.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
But because we're not doing the rundown, I can't remember too much specific stuff. But aside from the one match, it was a lot of fun.
I liked the Legion of Doom versus the Natural Disasters.
Yeah.
Also, fun note, I believe it's Earthquake. He's the guy who goes on to play the Shockmaster.
Okay, so that does remind me of this one bit I loved in the Elvis and Warriors. The Legion of Doom at this point, but. One of the Legion of Doom tries to pick up one of the Natural Disasters. Got him up like this, and then he falls backwards. So Natural Disaster is pitting him. So it's just this perfect, oh God, my hubris moment.
Yeah. I just love, the last one we had Road Warriors where they were, the big, strong dudes. Yeah. And, the Natural Disaster, no-selling everything. Fam, nah, fam.
Nah.
Gonna be no for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was back when they were big men. There was no 5-star classic. It was 4 big men slapping meat.
Yeah. Actually, that reminded me of one thing I wanted to bring up. Because you know how, with the modern era of WWE and Vince McMahon not liking tag teams?
Yeah.
We had 3 tag team matches.
We did!
And only one of them was a title match. Granted, because there was only one set of tag team titles, but still, that's a lot even for, even if we were doing Survivor Series or any other pay-per-view where both SmackDown and Raw tag team titles were on the line, we wouldn't have a third match.
Yeah.
And they were all established teams, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. They weren't thrown together. It wasn't
just random thrown together. We're going to join together because the boss told us to.
Yeah, no, it was, the first one was the new foundation of Owen Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah.
And, man, that was some fashion they had.
Oh, yeah, that was... the 80s and the 90s had a baby, and we got those outfits.
That weird transition. I do love, the checkered patterns were, on opposite sides of their thing.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
That was cool. But man, watching it again, we Owen is sadly missed. He was very athletic. He was good. Him and Jim.
Yeah, and I only heard about him passing away, and because he's Natty's dad, but he's really good too. I've seen him in 2 of these now.
Yeah,
I really liked him both times.
Yeah. And Bulldog, first time you saw British Bulldog.
This is the first time I've seen British Bulldog, and why wasn't he cast to play He-Man? I am straight, but that man was chiseled out of marble. My God.
And he retained that, too. When he came back in the Attitude Era, when he had his jeans on for some reason, he still was fucking jacked. So he was the first one to fight Ric Flair because they drew 1 and 2, and he bench pressed Ric Flair.
There was one point... There was one point he had Ric Flair up like this, and okay, that's impressive in of itself. But then he just sort of, gotta get my reps in, bro. And Ric Flair's like, oh God, what is happening?
Yeah. Bulldog was great too. Yeah. Like I said, it's a
lot of big names.
About go back and watching these is thinking how many people man, it's sad so many people have passed on.
Yeah, all of the ring announcers and
commentators
have passed away. Yeah, that's bittersweet, but. It's nice for me because I get to see why they were so loved.
You coming in as late as you did. And I came in I was not watching wrestling at this time, but I knew of it. But I didn't come in until the Attitude Era. But a lot of those guys were still around.
Yeah.
So
that was interesting for me because Hulk Hogan was all over the place in the 80s. Yeah. Undertaker's one of the faces of the 90s. It never occurred to me that they would have been in the ring together.
Yeah, they had a feud for a while.
And of course Hulk Hogan was the one to eliminate Undertaker from the Rumble.
Yeah.
you know,
he landed on his feet.
Honestly, I was expecting Hogan to win, so that was a pleasant surprise for me. Yeah, I'm really. It was a good surprise, good storytelling that Ric Flair won.
Yeah, see, I always knew Ric Flair won because like I watched all the What Culture. Cultaholic that talks about it, but even then, like people got a limb, like, oh no, I'm like, but I know he lost, but like you get caught up in it, even when you know beforehand.
Yeah, like when British Bulldog got eliminated, it's like, oh, he was doing so well.
Yeah, so like the Rumble is just so great.
Yeah, the Rumble's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this one.
It was weird, like I don't know when they changed this, but they didn't have like they only had like the first two competitors music. So, like, it threw me off, because, like, we were talking about it, like, one of the best things.
Ric Flair was number 3, and there was just this weird ticking sound as he was coming to the ring, so I was like, wait, did he not do the 2001 music yet, or was that still part of it? Yeah. And then I noticed, the ticking sound wasn't present like every time they went up to the ring after that, but you could still hear it.
Well, I don't know what that was, but that was throughout the night. It was driving me insane. But yeah, so there was no entrance music, which is weird because like watching the modern Rumbles, one of the best parts is you hear the countdown, the buzzer, and there's a slight pause, and then the music hits,
and then the music before you see anyone, and that's always fun because you react to that before. Yeah. Like, my first Royal Rumble I watched was the first one with the Women Royal Rumble, and, you know, me being the Bailey mark that I am, it was almost, like, stressful, because every time it's like, oh, is it going to be her? Is it going to be her? And it's just like, so when Bailey finally came, she was, like, one of the last ones. I heard her music, and I was like, oh, thank God.
I mean, you know.
Or, you know, this past one where Edge came back, and I didn't know that theme. I just knew you were losing your damn mind.
I just heard you thinking you know me. I was like, oh! Shit, like, guess there were rumors, but I was like, I got it, but then, like, it hit. I'm like, oh, it was so good.
I was like, okay, I don't know who this is, but apparently it's someone good.
Yes.
It's apparently a big deal.
Yes, it was. So, like, yeah, like, we're going to have to go through and, like, see, like, when they start putting the music in there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Attitude Era did it. I don't know around there. But, like, it definitely helps with the whole anticipation and, like, what really builds the Rumble.
Yeah, definitely.
Is when you hear that. But I do love, like, it was fun when Macho Man came out, because he was a bolt of fucking lightning. No music. His music wouldn't have time to hit if they did.
Yeah.
Like, he just BAM!
And then Jake, just as quickly, Jake the Snake got the hell out of the ring.
Then came back when thought Macho Man was being detained, then Macho Man threw him out, and then Macho Man eliminated himself.
Okay, this is actually something I wanted to bring up, and something I didn't realize until I think it was Corey Graves of all people pointed this out. There's I don't know if I would call it a trope, but there's a thing that keeps happening in the Royal Rumble, where wrestler A almost has wrestler B over the top ropes, and then wrestler C stops that from happening.
Yeah!
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because in this type of thing, they're helping you. You have one less person to worry about. And, you know, sometimes, like, if you're familiar enough with the wrestlers, like, oh, maybe, example, Kofi stopped someone from eliminating Big E, but it's never that.
Yeah.
It's just random person eliminating random person, so other random person stops it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like how much of it is supposed to be the script and how much, like, from scripting, you go, okay, this guy's probably got to stay in that late. I don't know how well they do it. But then, like, for kayfabe, like, why would this person, why would Kevin Owens stop someone from eliminating Seth Rollins when they're in the feud?
Yeah.
Why would they do? Like, when it came down to the last three, it was Hogan, Flair, and Sid Justice. And I love Sid just stood back for a while, like, I'm just watching this play out for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am glad they went back to Flair to do the interview, the tear in my eye interview. I don't know if that's the one people quote, or if that's the thing he said. Yeah. Because for a while, you know, Hogan, Sid eliminated Hogan, then Hogan helped get Sid eliminated because he was being a whiny bitch, basically, and they had the big feud. Like, okay, cool, you're building that, but, like, Hogan's not the winner. Why are we still focusing on this? Rick just went that way, and, like, okay, they wanted to do the interview thing. Good. Hey, put that cigarette out.
Yeah.
I've seen that clip. I always thought that was a blooper they cut out. Nah, Mean Gene. You don't smoke around Mean Gene, all right?
That's why he's so mean. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would say B minus overall.
I'd probably give it an A.
Yeah.
Maybe A- just for the Bushwhacker Beverly Brothers. Yeah, that went on too long.
Yeah. But Royal Rumble, I'm really excited. one of the most popular for a reason. Definitely one of my favorites. So, see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah, next week.
Oh yeah, next week.
Next week.
Yeah. Well,
so
see you then.